Hello. Today we will look into what resources are required for the management of GLP. GLP, as such, as I told you, is a managerial concept. So, management is responsible for providing resources and demonstrating that these are fit for task. What are the resources over there? First is personnel. So, what personnel we require as far as GLP is concerned? Most important personnel required for GLP is study director. Second is quality assurance, and third is archivist. There should be a dedicated archivist available, dedicated quality assurance available for the facility. And the third resource is facilities. So whatever facilities are required for conduct of non-clinical study should be provided by test facility management. And for conducting studies, we require equipments. So obviously, equipments should be available for the conduct of study. So, what is management? Management is again a good science with good organization. So, GLP is not for science basically, it is a managerial concept. However, science, you and me have to be conducted, or we must do the science basically for conduct of non-clinical studies. It's our forte. So, what is good science? Good science is we must have our good experimental design based on known scientific procedures. These scientific procedures should be validated, and there should be control of variables. There should be minimum variables available for conduct of study. Then interpretation of results, and the results become part of accepted body of knowledge. Whatever raw data is collected, it should be reflected in your final report. So what is good organization then? You must have adequate physical facilities, as I told you, that qualified personnel, study director, study personnel, archivist, quality assurance, these are all important as far as organizations are concerned. So planning of studies and resource allocation, definition of staff responsibilities and training of staff, because job description has to be available for the inspection. Good record keeping and organized archiving, that is very important. Your data should be recorded promptly, legibly, there and there only. Then only your study will be valid. The implementation of verification process, there should be verification process. Mostly this is done by quality assurance and compliance with GLP. We must comply with OECD GLP principles if at all we have to remain GLP compliant organization. So now let us look into planning. As I told you, GLP definition is first planning. Plan, perform, record and monitor and archive. This is what GLP definition stands for. So planning, even resources allocation has to be planned properly. This is all management responsibility. Management has to look into this. So sufficient physical resources and personnel should be available, which should reflect in your master schedule. So what is master schedule? Master schedule is reflecting with all the studies which you are going to conduct or you are conducting. Keep updated and have change control procedure, because this has to be updated as and when you have studies allocated. So include actions such as protocol review and report preparation, because the status of the study should be available in master schedule. Have only one official schedule. This is only important in case of GLP. You should not have number of master schedule. There should be only one official master schedule available, published by test facility management. Define the system in an SOP. So the system of master schedule has to be defined in your SOP. There should be a SOP available for preparing master schedule. Decide that who should maintain this document, who is going to maintain master schedule, who is going to update, and who is going to have access to master schedule. You must have all these details in your standard operating procedure, and you should archive this document frequently, at least once in a month. So personnel, as I told you that personnel are very important, and personnel can be seen in your organization chart. So organization shown in a standard document. So you must have organization chart, job description, curriculum vitae, and training record. All this is important as far as your scientific, non-scientific, whatever number of personnel you have, you must have all these documents available in your record. So what is organization chart? Organization chart is a document wherein you can review who is reporting to whom. So it should give you a good idea of how the organization operates. It should be simple. It cannot be very complicated. Make it very simple. Add functional responsibilities only if this helps to explain the organization. Organization chart helps us to know number of people available, number of departments available, number of study directors available. All this has to be reflected in organization chart. So all these personnel, whoever are available with you, they should have their job descriptions ready in their file. Clearly define day-to-day responsibilities of every individual, what tasks they are performing. Make it clear who reports to whom, and describe delegation of tasks, whatever activities they are performing, it should be delegated to them. Must be up to date, because some people you may change from department to department. It should be updated, or you can change activities to activities, so that has to be updated in their job description. Must be signed by person concerned and immediate supervisor. This is very important document, and it should be available. GLP inspectors will look for this in your CV file. So job description should have other informations as well, like what is department, what group he is following, what is the name, position, level over there, who is direct supervisor, who is position summary, because he has to have his summary available into your job description. What are the tasks and responsibilities, what is the work relationship, and this document, job description document, should be approved and with signature and dated with immediate supervisor and test facility management. So every individual, like job description, there should be a CV available into their file for all personnel. This is not like job description for only scientific people or non-scientific people. It should be available for all scientific and non-scientific people available in your organization. There should be a standard format which is described in your standard operating procedure. It should be updated over there, and most importantly, all CVs, job description, training records should be archived in individual files in archive. It should contain qualification, education, professional experience, what training programs he has attended, and what training program he is going to attend. All this has to be reflected in CV file. So most importantly, GLP inspectors will look into is your training records. So when somebody joins any organization, one has to undergo induction training program. So induction to the job is very important for all those who are in the organization. It should be filed in CV file. Competence of personnel regarding SOPs. So there should be three types of training. One is induction training, one is activity based training, and third is SOP based training. So this has to be with competence level for the people, should be recorded in their training records, and it should be filed in the CV file. External courses, internal courses, attendance at seminars and conferences, and all this has to be updated every year and should be archived.